the Honourable Minister for Infrastructure, Transport, Housing, Environment and Local Government, Mr. Praveen Kumar Bala, the CEO for Telecom Fiji, the major sponsor of this particular competition, the organisers, the President of the organising committee, the various municipalities represented here, the wonderful contestants, and of course the reigning Pacific pageant queen, Miss Anne Dunn. Ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vinaka, and a very good evening to all of you. It gives me much pleasure to be here. Of course, tonight is not a time for long speeches, because we want to know who the winner will be, who will be our ambassador to the South Pacific. But ladies and gentlemen, before I round off, I'd like to very quickly make a few comments. It is very, very befitting, as the CEO of TFL has said, that the theme is related to environment and climate change. As you know, that Fiji has been given the honor and the privilege indeed to become the president of COP23, which is being led by our Honourable Prime Minister. It's the first time in the history of the Conference of Parties, or what is commonly known as COP, to have a small island state actually having the presidency. It is also yes, please give us a round of applause. It's a great achievement for Fiji. This primarily has been because of the leadership of the Honourable Prime Minister, and it's also the first time where the presidency has been given to a small island state, but it's actually being hosted in an industrialized country. So it's a close collaboration between Germany and Fiji. What it symbolizes also is that Germany represents the industrialized countries. The industrialized countries are the countries that actually have been emitting large amounts of carbon into the atmosphere. And as a result of the carbon, we have what we call climate change. We have what we call unruly, erratic weather patterns. We have droughts. We have severe and very erratic cyclones. And we have various other changes in the climate that we have not experienced before. As we are in Suva, as you know, it's been raining nearly every second day. The irony, of course, is on the other side of this island in Vitilevu, there's actually a drought looming. There have been places where for over a month or so they have received no rain. The agricultural land is getting dried up, wells are getting dried up, people are facing water shortages. This is directly as a result of climate change. So we need to, all of us as individuals, as a country, as a nation, as a region, as a world, we need to be very much aware of what is happening because of climate change. And the challenge for all of us is what can we do to be able to meet these various conditions that are being created by climate change. So as the CEO of TFL has highlighted, one of the ways that we can contribute, although Fiji's carbon footprint actually is very, very negligible, it's very, very low, we still as a country have made a commitment that we will reduce our carbon footprint by 30% by 2030. This means we will see more renewable energy. As you know, there are a lot of places in Fiji, the electricity that's generated comes from diesel generation of generators, and that's when we get electricity. So the idea is to get more renewable energy, solar energy, wind energy, hydro energy. That's what you call renewable energy. The carbon footprint is much lower. We can also contribute through the Minister for Transport. Through his ministry, we're looking at revamping the transportation sector so that less diesel emissions come out, so we produce less carbon, and therefore Fiji becomes a lot more greener. On the other side of it, of course, is that, on that note, I should also mention that I just found out that Miss Anne Dunn will also be going to Bonn, and she will be representing Fiji through one of the NGOs. So let's put our hands together for her, because she will be representing us. And we need the young people of our country to become ambassadors, to be able to understand what it means by climate change. We've already moved 3 villages to higher grounds because of encroaching waters. Just a few days ago, the Honourable Minister for Natural Disaster Management, who is also a climate champion, Honourable Seriratu, also went to Tugaraki in Ba, where they've had to move a village because of landslides. So these are the various challenges. It costs money, but we all need to be able to contribute towards that. So therefore, it leads us on to the other government initiatives, which is, please use less plastic bags. Please look after the environment. Please ensure that we have some ladies over here who sew bags for us. Use those bags. They are reusable bags. In that way, we are not only reducing our carbon footprint, but we're keeping Fiji clean. Many visitors, many tourists come to Fiji because they see Fiji as a pristine environment. We must keep it that way. And I'm sure many of you would also acknowledge, if you walk down the foreshore of Suva foreshore, you'll find a lot of rubbish. That rubbish does not generate by itself, that rubbish is generated by us. It not only makes the place look unclean, it also affects the marine life. When you have a lot of plastic, the fish cannot survive. When you have a lot of dirt in the mangroves, the crabs cannot survive. All of us need to understand what this means for us. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to thank the contestants who've actually been advocating for this theme. And I'm sure that they've done a good job. They've also created a particular level of sensitization amongst the community as to what we should all do as Fijians in our everyday, day-to-day lives and how we can contribute towards that. I've always admired, ladies and gentlemen, these types of contestants because they are actually under the microscope, as they say, for a few days where everybody looks at them, assesses them, see how they perform. It's not a very easy thing to do, to walk up and down this catwalk, but they're actually doing it for a very good cause. So let's put our hands together for them, their friends and their families who've actually contributed towards this. Ladies and gentlemen, just to finish off, I'd like to wish everybody all the best. I'd also like to thank the Minister for Local Government because, as you know, previously there was no structure as to how we chose who would be our representative to the Pacific Beauty Pageant contest. And he's managed to get all the municipal councils together, and we've got all these wonderful ladies who have been winners in their own municipalities through their respective competitions, the various festivals they've had, and they've now again come here. And as has been highlighted by Udesh, that this is the second time this year that they've been doing that. So thank you once again for the Minister. Let's put our hands together for the Minister, ladies and gentlemen. Last but not least, I'd like to thank TFL and for their continued support. We look forward to their continued support for this competition. TFL, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, is also doing some wonderful work. Currently, with the support of government, they're laying a fiber optic cable all around Vitilevu, so everybody can get high-speed internet connection, and it's very important to get TFL to be participating in such events. Last but not least, all the organizers, thank you very much for this competition. Thank you for organizing. It's not very easy to do so. And ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the best this evening. Thank you very much.